This is Prometheus giving you another draft from Draft Champions. Coming off a 4-2 draft championship run. Actually, I want to show you something. The last guy that I actually lost to, which he pretty much controlled the game, he's actually a fairly good player. As you can see here, he's turned into an elite player. And has got 4 draft championships underneath his belt. He's already cranked out 74 wins. That means he's won a lot of games playing this game. So he definitely plays this game more religiously than I do, because I only actually play it. I get a chance to play it a spurt in a few days, and then I have to step away from it because of my schedule. So let's go ahead and jump into our next draft. Some of you guys might realize this, but I have put a request to see which book you guys want me to select. I've already used the Minnesota book, which is Mike Zimmer. I had very good success with it. So I gave a vote up to whether it was going to be Doug Peterson, the Eagles book, or it's going to be Mike Mularkey for the Tennessee Titans book. And the dominant selection was Mike Mularkey for Tennessee. What's good about this book, it's a 3-4 defense. I haven't really used a lot of 3-4. I feel more comfortable with 43, but there's a couple of defenses I've been basically researching that I'm going to go ahead and throw out some schemes, and then I've got a bunch of plays I'm going to be jumping into. Probably about 5 different formations I'm going to utilize, and then I'm actually going to build out some end zone schemes too that I can attack my opponent with. So when I do this draft, basically what I want to be focusing on is getting linebackers. 34 defense. I want to have a lot of linebackers, defensive backs. Those are going to be my main focus. Pass on defensive linemen unless I'm forced to take one. On offense, I need 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. If I can get, I need to at least have 1 tight end. So if a tight end does show to me because of a lack of tight ends, I'm going to draft one. A fast running back, preferably with 88 speed or better, and then obviously a quarterback. I'll avoid offensive linemen if I don't have to take them. So let's go ahead and jump into this draft and see how it works out. Alright, so base players come right off the bat. Now generally I'd take maybe this Charles Haley guy or Harrison, but as I stated before, I need to have tight ends in this particular formation or in this particular playbook because of some of the things I want to do in my under center formation. So I'm going to go ahead and take Jeremy Shockey as our first pick overall to go ahead and give myself an elite tight end right away. Alright, so now we're going to go into some of the lower players here. I don't want to take an end, but he's got real good block shed at 89. I can actually put him at a defensive tackle situation. Gillette is not very fast either. He doesn't have very good block shed. And let's see here, 84 speed with Trey Boston. You know what? This is a very tough situation. I might want to just go ahead and shore up my secondary right away. And I'm switching back and forth between Chris Baker or not. It's so early in the draft, I can always go ahead and move these positions around a little bit. We're going to go ahead and take a strong safety here at 84 speed. Not the best player, but I do run a lot of zone, and I'm going to go ahead and try to take a strong safety in this position just because it's so early in the draft. All right, so I've got a good big wide receivers actually fall down to me, which is Marquise Colson. Not very elusive, but look at the catch in traffic. He's got 93 catch in traffic. He's got elite jumping. Kirk Cousins is something tempting, but I'm not going to take Noel because I don't want to take offensive linemen if it's not necessary. So I'm going to go ahead and take Marquise Colson. It's going to give me a big body wide receiver that's going to be able to make some big catches for me. Alright, so got another quarterback that fell to me. He's got 77 speed, and Alex Smith is known for scrambling. Let's take a look at Terrell Pryor. He's actually fairly slow for what he's slated, and 81 is really not that great. And then I've got obviously Sebastian Vollmer. I don't want to take an offensive lineman if I don't have to. I'm not forced to do that right now, so it's debating between Alex Smith and Pryor. And let's see, throw power is really not that spectacular. He doesn't really have much of a deep ball. I'm going to go ahead and take Pryor here in this situation. He's a big body. He doesn't really have the best catching. God, this is an ugly decision between these positions right here. I don't really like either one of these guys. Alex Smith isn't jumping off at me, but let's go ahead and take Pryor in this situation. It gives me a slot receiver that I can throw it to or someone I can put on the outside. All right, so got some Werner right here. He's actually got really good block shed. He's a good defender. I've also got a Joe Hayden, 84, is another defensive back, but he's fairly slow. He's not very fast. And then I've got Ray Malaga. I don't even know how to pronounce this guy, but he's got 83 speed. He's got very good play recognition, good block shed, good awareness. I'm going to go ahead and take him. I'd prefer outside linebackers because of the versatility, but I'm going to go ahead and take him, sure, up my middle linebackers. All right, so let's see here. Got Frank Gore fell to me. He's not very fast, and it's not really gonna. It's gonna actually downgrade the speed. Now I've actually used Allen before, and he's actually a fairly good running back, so I should just keep that in mind in my back pocket. Now I've got Aiken, which is another big body wide receiver. He's not very burning fast, but I got to take him. I could take. Let's see here. Throw power 88s. You know what? I'm going to take Rivers in this situation. He's not a good running quarterback. He's not going to be the ideal quarterback for this particular situation. But if you take a look at the throwing, the accuracy traits, I do like them. And his throwing power is actually fairly good. 88 is not bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. All right, so now let's see here what we got falling to us right now. I've got Matthews that fell to me. He's a little bit faster than my base running back, and Matthews has got fairly good hands. Let's take a look at this Marvin Jones. I've got two wide receivers right now, and Marvin Jones is really not that big of an improvement to my wide receiving core. So let's go ahead and take Matthews. He should have fairly good hands, and it should give me just a little bit more speed on the edge. I wanted 88 or more, but it just didn't fall to me. All right, so got Anthony Bethea, and then I've also got Derek Johnson. I need to go ahead and take another safety position to go and shore up my safeties. So I'm going to go ahead and take Bethea. I can put him over on the free safety position. That should give me another nice big hitter right there. Johnson's tempting to take just because he's elite, but I think I got to take secondary players. All right, round 9 right now. Another safety actually fell to me. I've got Freeman that fell to me, and then I've got Darius. It actually fell to me. You know, it's tempting to go ahead and take another safety here because he's an elite player, but the difference between this 84 and this 85 is not huge. He doesn't have very good man coverage either, but let's take a look at the block shed right here. 91 block shed. That'll shore up my line. I'm going to have somebody up in the defensive line to actually go and shore things up for me. All right, so here's my other slot receiver. This is going to be Benjamin Watson. I'm going to go ahead and take him primarily because I need 2 tight ends to run a couple of formations I'm going to be using. So we're going to go ahead and take the other tight end right here. This should give me some flexibility. Hopefully I don't get any more offensive players that fall to me, and I don't. So that's actually really good. So let's see here. Nate Allen, 87. Here we go. D'Angelo Hall, 87 speed. We're going to go ahead and take D'Angelo Hall and hopefully get some more linebackers to shore up my outside. So didn't get another linebacker to fall to me. Got another running back. I wish Lamar Miller would have fell to me earlier. But let's go ahead and take a look at our corners right now. We've got stock corners, so we need to start filling our defensive backs right away. We need to take care of that right away. All right, so Hightower fell to me, Tammy fell to me. This is a really big change of pace, but we've got to go with the defensive backfield. Got to take a corner right now because I don't want to regret that. All right, so safety fell to me, but I've got another edge rusher, and this is going to be running this particular scheme is going to be all about the edge rushers to be able to give me some good rush off the edge. All right, so here we go. Got another edge rusher with Michael, but he's slow. He's not very fast. Grover Quinn fell to me, 86 speed, and I've got another defensive back. This will shore up my defensive backfield. That gives me Roby is my corner. I've also got some depth at my defensive backfield. I think I've got two safeties. So we're going to go ahead and draft another cornerback. We're going to run a lot of dollar defenses and stuff like that. Offense is really not the most elite offense, but you can see the defense is 81. That should give me some pretty good show. So let's go ahead and take a look at our lineup and let's shore it up a little bit. All right, so this is how I'm going to run my team. I didn't draft any offensive linemen, so I was actually fortunate there. And actually, I've got 2 tight ends, and the way I'm going to run this scheme is going to be utilizing 2 tight ends. Now, I took Watson, and I put him at my number 1 tight end position, and I put Shockey at the number 2 tight end position. So this gives me the versatility to be able to go ahead and put Shockey in the slot. So when I jump into shotgun settings, Shockey will be out there, and it's going to basically put all my best players on the field. Now Matthews is my running back. He's just a little bit better. He's a little bit better than some of my stock running backs right here, but he's going to break some tackles for me. And I've actually had pretty good success with, I think, Matthews before in the past. Rivers is my quarterback, and I've got Pryor, who's not the fastest guy, but he's a big wide receiver. And then I've got Marquise Colson. So I don't really have a lot of speed with this offense, but hopefully with the route running will do that. Now on defense, I don't really have a great defensive line, but that's all right. I've got nice edge guys with my guys right here. They're establish the edge for me, and I put the base tight or linebackers in the middle linebacker slot. Basically on my defense, I've got basically the corners just covered with elite players. I've got Slay, and I've also got Peterson, and Roby's actually very fast for a corner, so I've got a blitzing corner. Boston is going to jump down into the 4th corner position. He's actually going to play in the safety positions too. And I'm probably going to go ahead and play around with Boston in my 4th corner position, because I have a blitz package where I'm going to get pressure off the edge, and I probably want to put some better speed out there on the edge. So that's why I've got Roby. He's going to be a blitzer for me. So I'll be jumping into this once again. I'm going to be breaking down probably about 5 different formations. I'm also going to have some end zone plays too, just so I have some kind of a scheme to be able to score in the end zone. And I'll be breaking down a 34 scheme too, with probably about 6 different plays that I can use out of 3 different formations to go ahead and just try to keep my opponent guessing against what I'm going to be doing on offense and on defense. So to my subscribers, stay tuned. I'll be rolling out some more schemes and some defensive schemes, and lots of gameplay for you guys to take a look at it. Once again, to my subscribers, thanks for your support.